Hi guys, and welcome once again to the channel. So in the background you can see some static grass bushes that I've made, and we're going to turn these bushes into flower bushes. I'm going to show you what you need to do that and how to do it. So having some flowers on your layout usually gives it a bit of color and it makes it look a lot more realistic. So let's get going. Now for a quick checklist on the stuff that you're going to need to make the flowers with. First off, we're going to need a static grass applicator. I've built this one on by myself, and you can have a look on the channel. I've got a video that tells you how I built this. An aluminium bucket. I'm just using an aluminium bucket because it's got a nice height to it and makes my life so much easier to make the flowers with. Some masking tape, some static grass. I've got 3 types of Knox static grass here, so you can actually decide on the type of flowers that you would like for your layout. Next up, we're going to need some wax paper that we're going to use to do the flowers on, and then the most important thing is we're going to need some glue. I'm again going to use the Podge over here. It makes life so much easier. You can also use a wood glue. This one has actually become quite a bit of expensive now, so I'm just using it for really specific work that I need to stick stuff really down. Then you're going to need a scatter material. Now Woodland Scenics does have a product called Wildflowers. It comes in 5 little different packets with a small powdery dust kind of colored, as you can see here. So we're going to use that for the actual flowers, but you can also use anything, either pastel chalk that you have ground finely. You can use powdered paint, just about anything that you want to use as flowers, and it gives you quite a nice option for what you want to use in the end. Right, so this is the stuff. Let's get going. Okay, so first off, we're going to take one of the sheets of wax paper with the waxy side to the top. Just gonna put it over here. Get a small piece of the masking tape over here. Alright, and then we just stick this down. That's gonna be the easiest on the long ends. One over there. And over here. Right. Next we're going to take some of the podge. Let's open this up. Yo, this stuff is quite sticky. Right, and I've got a lot of the stuff still stuck in the lid of this, and I'm just going to use my finger. You can use anything that you like. I'm just going to make small little dots over here. So these are going to be quite large flowers or flower bushes, but you can always trim them to a better size that you want. I'm just going to put down about 6. Let's make 9 flower bushes. Right, that's done. Just put this away quickly again. Okay, so next up we're gonna fill up the static grass applicator, and we're gonna static grass the glue spots. So I still have some static grass left from a previous session. So it's already mixed. It's a mixture of the 3 packets that you see there at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the static grass applicator over here. Let's open this up. I'm going to dump the whole lot in here. And the reason why I put a piece of white paper down below, so I can get most of the static grass that's not going to be on the tinfoil bucket, so I can get that back again. Right, static grass is in the static grass applicator. Let's turn it on and give it a go. So I'm going to do this quite liberally over the area. See if I can get the static grass to stand up quite nicely here. I think that's about all the static grass that I've got currently in here. But I think that should do it quite well. Alright, let me just turn this off quickly and set it over to the side here. I see I still have a couple of dust particles in the static grass over here that I've got to sift out. Now, as you can see, the whole area where I put the 9 dots of glue down, I see 3 of them didn't quite get enough static grass on them, but the other 6 did. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to shake this off. And there you go. Now we have 6 little bushes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this until it's dry. I see these 3 little ones over here didn't do that well with the static grass, but I think I concentrated more on this side over here, so they did quite well over there. So I'm going to put this off to the side and let that dry, and then we'll get back again. Okay, so having left this static grass bushes to dry overnight, it's now nice and dried up. We're just going to peel away the masking tape over here, and then all you need to do is you just fold the paper back and you lightly peel this. I'm just hoping this is going to come off, as I hope. Yes, there we go. So I'm going to use a bit of a tweezers here just to make sure that I pull it off from the wax paper quite nicely. And there you have it. Nicely, let me just get it over the camera here. There we go. Nicely dried little bush. Now to get this some flowers on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just set this aside quickly. Bring in my flower dust over here. I'm going to use some of the podge again. Man, this thing's lid is really tight. Okay. Now taking that flower bush, or that bush that I just made, this little bush over here, I just want to make sure that I've got it nice and neatly on the tweezers here. I'm just going to take it like this and then lightly dip the ends into the podge. Let's see, is it good? Oops, that's maybe a wee bit too much. And it's I might have just gotten a bit too much. I think this stuff is a bit on the sticky side in the lid. Okay, I'm gonna try 2 ways here. I'm gonna use it with the podge. So then what I'm usually do, I just take it like it is now. It's got a bit of a clump of glue on there now. Then I lightly dip it into the flower dust mixture. And it's going to take a couple of dents. Okay, that's maybe a bit too much flowers on one layer. So what I want to do is I'm going to try using some spray glue and see what if we can get a different effect in this. Okay, now I'm going to try and use some spray glue and see if that gives me a bit of a better effect. I think I should maybe not have used the Mod Podge that is currently stuck in the cap. I was trying to be a bit on the cheap side. But we're going to use some spray glue and see what the effect is that we get from that. So I'm going to again just peel off one of these little bushes that I've made. So I've loosened this one a bit already. See if I can get this off. Here we go. just clip it with the tweezers over here quickly. Now what I have here is it's a art store spray glue. So what's nice about this one is it doesn't really yellow as it dries. So let's have a look. Just gonna give it a light spray over here. That's why the white sheet always comes in handy. And then I think I'll try out a different color. Let's have a look. I've got a mixture of some pink and yellow down here. Just move this into view. Yes, the spray glue is actually far better. I'm just gonna tap this off. And there you go. So I've got a bit of a mixture of yellow and pink flowers there. Just gonna set this off. And I'll just leave that to dry. As soon as the first coating is dry, I will just give it another squirt from the spray glue to make sure that the flowers is also nicely stuck on it. And there you go. This is just an easy way, and it sort of gives your layout quite a nice look when you put lots of these clumped together on the layout. The one over here was made using the Mod Podge. Didn't come out as exactly as I would have liked. I think I should have maybe just took out a bit of the Mod Podge from the container itself and use that rather than using the lot that is in the lid at the moment. But as you can see, using the spray glue as on this one, it gave quite a good effect. Right, there you go. Guys, I hope you liked this. If you enjoyed it, please drop me a like. See you in the next one. Cheers.